It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Lions and the Raiders, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL. Right to the air from the 30 on the first play. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Right back to Adams. He's got it again. 15 more on that connection. They're making it look easy. That's another first down.
You know what they say, Mike, is the best third down play in the NFL? Don't get to third down. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a clinic so far here on their opening drive. 3 plays, 3 first down.
That is caught. What a throw. Devontae Adams. Touchdown, Raiders. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated?
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Looking middle, and he's got Myers. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
First and 10 now from the 36. They'll look to throw. He's got it downfield. Myers the connection. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far He had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Vegas. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But
the Raiders offense and their quarterback. They put Adams in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
we talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross
into space. And he will score. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And make it 3 in the first. He has thrown 3 first-quarter touchdowns. An incredible start to this one.
It really is incredible, Mike, and I'm not sure really what word there is better to describe it. This is just truly a special performance we're seeing today.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They built a nice lead for the... They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep for Adams. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
All right, listen, Mike, there's just certain guys in this league that just have better arm talent than others. And this is a perfect example why. Not every quarterback in the NFL can make this throw. And, man, that was impressive.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. That's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball. I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now, faking the give. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
A 6-yard loss. It's 4th down.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. In motion is Myers. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's got the golden domer. That's Michael Mayer. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
First and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this...
The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he gets him out of danger and then some, up past the 20-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. As the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll go right back to Myers. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to throw yet again. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Raiders. That his second touchdown tonight. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So this one, a win for the Raiders. As we move closer to the regular season, they'll wrap up the preseason with the finale next week before we get it going for real come September.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Packers and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
These preseason games, Mike, they could be a little bit tricky because on one hand, you want to protect your starters. You want to make sure you go into week 1 of the regular season as healthy and as prepared as possible. But for a lot of the guys on this roster, especially these backup quarterbacks, this is a great opportunity not only to prove your worth in the NFL.
Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Eric Stokes, the man there defensively to break that one up.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job, Trent.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards.
Shaheed in motion. Back to throw. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down. Throwing now from the gun. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete. They'll look to throw here on first down. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They put Adams in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. That one good for 18 yards and to the 18-yard mark.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the right side, hauled in by Myers.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball down.
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Over the middle. That's the tight end Bells. And a nice gain, getting this to about the 23-yard line.
First rule of backed up offense. Get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Hubbard. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Eric Stokes, the man there defensively to break that one up.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's brought in by Myers. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We saw a great example of it here. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
He's got his man, Devontae Adams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Back to the air one more time. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense, and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Eric Stokes, the man there defensively to break that one up. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own.
Here's carry number 1 for the former Bulldog, Zamir White. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll look to throw. A quick slant, and here's Adams. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. We're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To the left side, and Adams has it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Another run here with Hubbard. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense.
And he'll take it on in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Vegas.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire...
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one caught by Adams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline and taken in by Adams. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a 1st down.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. They face 2nd down and 7. They put Adams in motion. They'll go again with Hubbard. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. Open man, left side, he's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
That one, take it in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Las Vegas. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. A short gain there to about the 22.
He was taken for the 22-yard loss. 3 yards on the pickup. Second and 8.
2nd down and 8. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
17 yards on that connection. Good for a Raider first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. To the left side, it is caught by Myers.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Vegas.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
They put Adams in motion. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Raiders. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing...
So, 4 quarters, not enough to find a winner. Both teams plenty to chew on before the regular season gets going. But for now, thankfully, with the rule implemented back in 2021, the game ends here. No overtime in the preseason, so this game will end